Welcome to the pencil tin. Today I'm finishing the treat truck page from Johanna Basford's Worlds of Wonder. Let's get started. I'm coloring the first pot with a light layer of dark chocolate, then I'll add some shading. I'm using cocoa for the next one. Then I'll use light brown and copper. Next I'll add a light layer of golden yellow to the highlights and brown to the areas I shaded. I'm coloring the first plant with a light layer of brilliant green, then I'll add some shading. I'll color the cactus with pine green. Next I'll use shamrock and green. Looks good! Now I'm going to start the cat with light layers of timberwolf. Next I'll add some shading. I'll color his stripes with ash. Then I'll add a lighter layer beside each stripe. I'll add a layer of light gray so it overlaps the ash. To finish the cat, I'll add a light layer of gray. I'll start this flower pot with a light layer of light brown, then I'll add some shading. I'll use cocoa on the next one. Then I'll finish them with a light layer of golden yellow. I'll color the plant with a light layer of brilliant green, then I'll add some shading. Next I'll add a layer of pine green to the areas I shaded. I'll color the next plant green. So the glass looks like glass, I'll start with a light layer of wild blue yonder. Then I'll add some shading. Next I'll add a light layer of outer space to the side I shaded. I'll start the water with a light layer of cornflower blue. Next I'll add some shading. I'll add layers of wild blue yonder and turquoise. Then I'll add a light layer of outer space to the side I shaded. I'll turn the first flower into a brown-eyed Susan. Next, to turn the flower into a daisy, I'll add a light layer of light gray all around the center. Next I'll add a light layer of wild blue yonder. Then I'll color the center yellow and add some shading with golden yellow. I'll start the teapot with a light layer of pale yellow, then I'll add some shading. Next, I'll add layers of yellow and light brown. Then I'll add a layer of golden yellow to the areas I shaded. To start the butterfly, I'll color in its body with dark chocolate. Next, I'll add a light layer of light brown to the outside of its wings. Then I'll use Cornflower blue to create a blue spot on its wings. Next, I'll add to the light brown layer, making it darker. To finish the butterfly, I'll add a layer of brown to the outside of its wings. Then I'll color the straps that are holding up the flower pots with a light layer of dark chocolate and add some shading. Looks good. Next, I'll color the bottles with a light layer of wild blue yonder so they look like glass. Then I'll add shading and a layer of outer space. Next, I'll add a layer of tan to the lid so they look like cork. I'll add some shading and a layer of brown. I'll color the Italian soda with lime green. Then I'll color one bottle lime green. I'll add some shading and a layer of fern. I'll color the next bottle with a light layer of red orange. Then I'll add some shading and a layer of red. Then I'll color the label mahogany. To finish it, I'll add a layer of brown. I'll color the last bottle with a light layer of orchid so it starts to look like grape syrup. Then I'll add a layer of purple. Next, I'll color the coffee pot with a light layer of red orange. Then I'll add some shading. I'll add a light layer of light orange. Then I'll color the lid with ash. I'll finish it by coloring the top circle blue. Then I'll color the teacup with a light layer of turquoise and add some shading. Next, I'll add a layer of green blue to the areas I shaded. I'll color the honeypot with a light layer of light brown, then I'll add some shading. Next, I'll color the lid and label with a light layer of yellow and add some shading with golden yellow. Next, I'll add a layer of light orange. I'll add a layer of brown to finish it. I'll color the bowl beside it with a light layer of cornflower blue, then I'll add some shading and a layer of dark blue to the shading. Next, I'll make the spoon metallic. I'll color the cake stand with a light layer of outer space, then I'll add some shading. I'll color the bowl blush pink, then add some shading with red-orange. Next, I'll color the cupcake stand with a light layer of mauve and add some shading. Then I'll add a layer of orchid to the areas I shaded. I'll color the cupcake liners with a light layer of dark orange, then I'll add some shading. I'll color each cupcake with a light layer of light orange, then I'll add some shading and a layer of orange. I'm going to transform the candies on top into chocolate, so I'll color them with a light layer of light brown, then add a layer of brown. Next, I'm going to color each apple with a light layer of Granny Smith apple, then I'll add some shading. Next, I'll add a layer of olive green to the areas I've shaded. I'll finish them by coloring them with a light layer of lime green. Then I'll color their leaves green and their stems brown. It's time to color the cake. I want it to look like a spice cake, so I'm going to color each tier with a light layer of light brown. Then I'll add some shading. I'll add a layer of brown to the side of each cake tier. Next, I'll color the glaze with a light layer of almond, then a light layer of peach. Next, I'll add shading. I'll color each decoration red and then add some shading with mahogany. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.